Hello, my dear UPPCS aspirants. Welcome to Institute of Civil Services. So today I will be taking environmental PYQs, and tomorrow I will be doing science PYQs. These two areas are very important, where the questions has been asked repeatedly in UPPCS examination. So I will be taking only those questions which have been asked many times or which are very important for this year's exam, which is going to happen after 2 days on 14th of May. Okay, this is going to be a very long video, so watch it twice the speed, into 2.5 कर लीजिएगा. So let's begin. The first point will be publication of the limit to growth report. Okay, publication of the limit to growth report. This was done by first Club of Rome, and date is very important, 1972. During this time only Stockholm Convention happened. Okay, second point will be, so it's related to this point only, but you must remember the chronology. Second point will be publication of Brundtland Commission report. Okay. It happened on 1987. Okay, remember this. First 1972, 1987, then third will be enforcement. Remember, it's the word enforcement. Okay. Enforcement of Montreal Protocol. Montreal Protocol is for reducing the ozone depleting substances. Okay, so it happened on September 1987. Okay. Next point, Rio Earth Summit. Very important, very favorite questions of many examination. So I hope that you must be knowing that, because it is a very repeated question and very important question. So the date will be 1992. Where it happened? Of course, Rio de Janeiro, at Brazil. Okay. So this can be asked in a chronological form, that which happened first and which happened last. So you must remember, publication of the limit of growth report by Club of Rome happened in 1972. Then in 1987 there was publication of Brundtland Commission report. Then there was enforcement of Montreal Protocol in 1987, and as you can see, September, because 16 September is also known as World Ozone Day. Okay, this is very important date. You must remember that. Then and last, Rio Earth Summit 1992. Okay, moving next. Okay, one thing you must remember, that this one, the Brundtland Commission report, which happened on 1987, this happened in April, and the enforcement of Montreal Protocol was based on this report only, and it happened on September the same year, 1987. Okay, it is also known as the convention during which the publication of this report happened was known as World Convention on Environment and Development. World Convention on Environment and Development. Okay, so, and it is also known as, the title was Our Common Future, which was based on discussion on sustainable development. Okay, so publication of limit to growth report was first. This was Stockholm Convention. This was World Convention on Environment and Development, which was also known as Our Common Future. Then enforcement of Montreal Protocol the same year, but different month, September. Then Rio Earth Summit. Okay, coming forward, Rio plus 5, Rio plus 10, Rio plus 20. So just add 5 to this. These are 3 more conventions which happened. So it will be 1997. It will be, sorry, this will be 2002, and this will be 2012. Okay, so it's easy. Rio plus 5, Rio plus 10, and Rio plus 20. These are the name of the conventions. Okay, moving next. This question has been asked: what are the components of environment? Okay, what are the components of environment? So first option was given: A, physical component; B, cultural component; C, biological component; and D, operational component. So which one is odd one out? And the answer will be this one. Operational component is not the component of environment, and these 3 are. So physical refers to the of course, physical environment, landforms, rivers. Okay. Cultural are all those that are man-made. That includes sorry, economical, economical, social, and political environment. Okay. And biological, of course, it includes flora and fauna. Flora means plants, fauna means animals. Okay. And this also includes microorganisms. तो हम इसमें एनिमल्स में ही इसको इंक्लूड कर लेते हैं, प्लस माइक्रो organisms. Okay. So operational will not be included in the component of the environment. I think this was the question of 2020 or 2021 PCS. Recently it has been asked. It may be repeated. So operational, it is related to management. Okay. Management, not the, or you can say organizational environment, not the actual environment. Okay. It's related to organization, artificial. Okay. So this will be next. Moving on next. The next point will be SDGs have been asked. SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, have been asked. So there are 17 goals, and I will be sharing the PDF in my Telegram channel. So, but which are the most important which has been asked? It is SDG 6, clean water and sanitation. Okay, moving on next. Decade of sustainable energy. Okay, decade of sustainable energy. Decade matlab 10 वर्ष. So the decade will be 2014 to 2024. So the next year it is going to be completed. Okay, next. And these SDGs are implemented by Niti Aayog in India. Okay, Niti Aayog, you must remember that. Moving on next. So the term silent spring was coined by, the answer will be Rachel Carson in 1962. Okay, silent spring, the word was coined by Rachel Carson in 1962. Okay, moving on next. Headquarter of NEERI, that is National Environmental Engineering Research Institute, National Environmental Engineering Research Institute. Okay, so the headquarter is at Nagpur. तो आप ऐसे याद रख लीजिएगा, एन. ओके, नीरी नागपुर 1960, I'm so sorry, 1958. Okay, next. In the Rio plus 20, one more thing happened. So the title was The Future We Want. So this can be asked, in which convention did the titled report The Future We Want was published? Okay, so it was Rio plus 20. Moving on next. Air is a mixture of gases, dust particles. So it's a mixture. It's not the compound. It's not the element. It's not anything else. It's the mixture. Okay. Next. So in air, what we say? It's atmosphere, which is made up of nitrogen, then oxygen, of course, then argon, which is around 0.9%, then CO2. Okay, these four you must remember. और ज़्यादा कंफ्यूजन यहाँ पर होता है, CO2 लोग O2 के बाद लगा देते हैं, but you must remember argon is more than CO2. Okay, argon is more than CO2. Okay, and the least, and if they ask how much hydrogen is present, so hydrogen will be around 0.0005%. Okay, very less. It's like least component, least amount of gas which is present is hydrogen in the atmosphere. Okay, moving on next. Headquarter of ENVIS, that is Environmental Information system. Headquarter of ENVIS, that is Environmental Information System, it is in Mumbai, the center of population and environment. There is a center which is present in Mumbai. Okay. Also, they have asked headquarter of Greenpeace International. This is a very important environmental organization. So, excuse me. The answer will be Amsterdam. The capital of Netherlands is Amsterdam. So Amsterdam. Next. Okay. First chairman of National Green Tribunal. Okay, National Green Tribunal. It was Justice Lokeshwar Singh Panta. Okay, Justice Lokeshwar Singh Panta. कमेंट करके बताइए कि करंट कौन है, who is the current one. Okay, and this NGT, it is a statutory body which came into existence by the NGT Act of 2010. NGT Act of 2010. It's a statutory body, which means it has been enforced by a law. It has been enforced by a law made by Parliament. Okay. Next. Okay. So the next will be GEF, that is Global Environment Facility. So this Global Environmental Facility is a financial mechanism for, and this opened in 1992. So financial mechanism for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you must remember this. First will be Convention on Biological Diversity. Second will be Convention to Combat Desertification. Third will be United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. Fourth, Minamata Convention. And last, Stockholm Convention. Okay. So Convention on Biological Diversity, Convention to Combat Desertification, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, Minamata Convention, and Stockholm Convention. So Minamata is based on mercury, reducing the mercury pollutant, and Stockholm Convention is based on POP, reducing the POP, which is persistent organic pollutants. Okay, so you must remember these five institutions which caters to global environmental facility. Remember, it is different from global. This different from not global climate fund. This is different. Okay, next. Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee. Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee. It is formed under which act? It is formed under which act of India? So it will be Environmental Protection Act of 1986. Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee was formed under Environmental Protection Act of 1986. Remember this, important. Then, moving on next. I'm a little bit slow because I have to write also and remember also. So kindly watch it twice, and wherever you require, you can slow it down. You have the option. So next, which or what type of system is ecosystem? Okay, so is it closed or is it open system? It is closed system or it is open system. So it is not closed system, it is an open system. Okay, open means no boundaries at all. Okay, no boundaries. Okay, now I'm going to make a pyramid. So a pyramid, so it will have 4 levels: 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, this is first level, this is second level, this is third level, and this is fourth or last level. Okay, so here it will be, so this is trophic level, that is based on food chain. Okay, so as you must have guessed correctly, first there will be producers who produce the food, like algae, like plants, like phytoplanktons. Then there will be primary consumers. Then primary consumers means the herbivores. Okay? Herbivores, like of course deer, and also remember this, cheetah ants are also herbivores. Most of them are herbivores. Okay. Next, third level will be of, can you guess it? It will be secondary consumer, which effectively means carnivores, जो मांस खाते हैं, like tiger. Okay. Then fourth will be top consumers or top carnivores. You can write in previous, it will be TC, है ना? TC आप इसको या तो टॉप कार्निवोर कह लीजिए, और यहाँ पर टाइगर भी आ सकता है. रिमेंबर, बेस्ड ऑन द इन्फॉर्मेशन आप टाइगर को थर्ड लेवल में या फिर सेकेंडरी कंज्यूमर भी रख सकते हैं. एंड ऑल्सो टॉप कार्निवोर, टाइगर को कोई नहीं खाता है, सो टॉप कार्निवोर में टाइगर भी आ सकता है, टाइगर, ईगल. ओके, टॉप कार्निवोर और टर्शरी कंज्यूमर. These also include omnivores, omnivores. और टॉप कार्निवोर का यहाँ पर बिग कार्निवोर्स, नॉट द स्मॉल, बिग कार्निवोर्स लाइक टाइगर, ईगल. ओके, so next will be, I hope this is clear. Okay, this is a chart, you must remember. इसको 2-3 बार देख लीजिएगा एग्जाम से जाने से पहले. So next I am going to write the quote, ecology is permanent economy. So ecology is permanent economy. This is a quote of a movement. It's a movement which was Chipko movement, and it is by Gora Devi. And additional information can be Epico movement. It happened in Karnataka in south. Okay, so next information you can write or take a screenshot. The terms deep ecology and ecological niche. Deep ecology and ecological niche was coined by Arnie Nice in 1973, and ecological niche was termed by Joseph Grinnell. Okay. Joseph Grinnell. Then moving further, ecological footprint. What is it? It is minimum area of land required to completely sustain life of a person, or you can also define it as the demand for natural resources. Of course, it is जितने ज़्यादा population होगा, and it is directly proportional to population is directly proportional to demand, which is also known as, which when it is exceeding, when it is misused, it is called exploitation. It is called exploitation. So population is increasing population will lead to increasing demand for the natural resources, and it is measured in global hectares. Okay, global hectares measurement. Also, you can say it as the release of carbon dioxide, okay? Because जब आप natural resources का use करेंगे like fossil fuels, wood, so there will be release of CO2, and this is also measured in global hectares. Very important question, okay, from the previous year question paper. Next, moving forward, biodiversity day. Days I will do separately, but just it has come to my mind. Just remember this: it is celebrated on May 22. This is a recently asked question, so remember this. And the term ecological transition was coined by John Bennett. John Bennett. Okay. Ecological transition. The term was coined by John Bennett. Okay. And next, what do you mean by seer or seer? And it is very important. It is a very confusing question also. Sorry. Excuse me. So seer will be. It means communities. It is a community. It is a community. It is communities that successively change. Okay. It's if there is option that communities that successively change, it will be called seer. Seer. Successively change. Yes. So you can link like this. Okay. But try to understand the concept. I will be dealing these terms in the environmental section, which I will start after 14, and it will be based on mains. I will start the mains YouTube series. So be mindful to watch that. It will be very useful for you. Moving on next. Very, very important point. Biodiversity hotspots. So it will be, the question can be asked, who declares biodiversity hotspots? It will be Conservation International. Conservation International. Okay. And there are 4 in India. 4 in India. 1, Eastern Himalayas, not the whole Himalayas. Be careful. Eastern part of Himalayas. That is northeast part. Himalayas. Then the western part of Ghats. Western Ghats. So here it's eastern, here it's western. Don't get confused. This is a confusion prone area. Then Indo-Myanmar border. And last will be Sundaland. Sundaland. Okay. Sundaland is the Nicobar part of Nicobar, not the Andaman, not Andaman. Be mindful, it's the Nicobar part of the Andaman and Nicobar Island. Okay, 4 in India. So there are 4 biodiversity hotspots in India. So one question, one small point, which is the tallest tree? So it's sequoia. It's sequoia. Moving on next. Okay, extinct species. So when a species will be called extinct, कोई भी species extinct तब कहलाएगी जब when it has not been seen in dash years. So dash will be 50 years. Okay, 50 years. Remember this, 50 years. जब उस species को 50 years से discover नहीं किया जाएगा या नहीं मिलती है वो, तो that will be called extinct. Okay. And the most important factor responsible for extinction, it's, you can write 2 points here. One will be narrow niche and large body size. Narrow niche means very less functional area. Suppose there are this is an ecosystem, and there are many trees, 1 tree, 2 tree, 3 tree, 4 tree, and many trees, and there is small plant here. So it will not be able to grow. The ecological niche of trees is much higher than the ecological niche of plants. Okay, so this will slowly, gradually reduce and go into extinction. It will get eliminated, and this will cover the whole area. Okay, I hope you get that point. Okay. And large body size, you can see many examples here, like dinosaurs. They went extinct during the Jurassic Age, or woolly mammoth, the large elephants of the prehistorical periods, okay, and many etc etc. Okay. So these are having very big size. So moving on next, which state is called which state is known as botanist paradise? It will be Sikkim. Okay, remember that it is not only the first organic state of India, it is also the first organic state of the world. Okay, and if it has been asked in polity, if there's a question related to Sikkim in polity, you can write excuse me, it became integral part of India or Indian territory via excuse me, via 36th Constitutional Amendment Act 1975. And also one more point, which are the tribes living here. So it will be lectures. Okay. So 3 questions can be asked from this area. Sikkim, it is also known as botanist paradise. The tribe living here is lectures. It is first organic state of the world, not only of India but of the world, and it became integral part of Indian territory through 36th Constitutional Amendment Act 1975. Okay. Moving on next, which gas, this can also be asked in science question, which gas is used in cryogenic, or I can write here, cryogenic banks. These are very cold banks, cold areas, cold aquarium type areas where many species are preserved, especially seeds, genes preserved. Okay, in highly cold temperature, because it will slow the rate of decay. Okay, so which gas is used in cryogenic banks? So you must have seen in various videos they use nitrogen. Okay, they use nitrogen. Okay, so moving on next, coral reefs, they are found in 4 areas of India. Okay, Gulf of Mannar, Gulf of Kutch. Remember, it's not Khambat or Cambay. It is Kutch. Okay, it is Kutch. Then third area where coral reefs are found, of course, the 2 islands, Lakshadweep and Andaman Nicobar Islands. Okay, so 4 areas where coral reefs are found in India: Gulf of Mannar, Gulf of Kutch, Lakshadweep, and Andaman Nicobar Islands. Okay, and additional some points note, you can note that Sundarbans, these are not known for their coral reefs. यहाँ पर coral reefs नहीं found होती हैं. These are known for mangroves. Okay, not coral reefs, mangroves. And there may be confusion with regard to Sundarbans. Sundarban is not a coral reef area; it's a mangrove plantation area. Okay, and the most common type of coral reefs are fringing reefs. This I will take in geography section. There are 3 types of reefs: fringing, barrier, and atoll. Okay. Other than 2, there are atoll and barrier reefs. Okay. But most common it is fringing reefs. Okay. Moving on next. I don't think this will be asked, so I'm not taking this question. Okay. Sambar Lake. So it is known because it is largest inland saline lake or wetland. Okay. Wetland is any area that is saturated with water up to ground or surface. You can write up to surface level. For example, this is the ground. Okay, and this is the ground, and here it's water. Okay, this is water table, or we call it as aquifers. Okay, so what happens with heavy rain or inflow of rivers, what happens? This area increases and it comes near to it, so it becomes saturated. अब कोई बारिश होगी या फिर कोई पानी आएगा तो it will be wet. That's why it is called wetland. Okay, that's why it is called wetland. Okay? It will be like a marsh area, not actually marsh, but it will be similar to marsh area. Okay, so it is the which is the largest inland saline lake? It is Sambar Lake. It is a very important question, and it is present in, of course, Rajasthan. And that's it. Okay, so remember this Sambar Lake. The term, or sorry, the book Tomorrow's Biodiversity was coined by whom? Very famous Indian feminist women activist, very famous, Vandana Shiva. So it's a book. Okay. Okay. Moving on next. The concept of greenhouse gases was given by whom? It was Joseph Fourier. So I learned it like Joseph was very furious about greenhouse gases. So that is the way I learned, very furious. So you can make your own mnemonics so that you can understand it better, or you can recall it efficiently during the exam, because either you know or don't know. So you must have this mnemonic skill that will be very useful in every type of examination. Okay. So अच्छा एक चीज और देख लीजिए ग्रीन हाउस गैसेस में. There are two types of gases. Okay, gases responsible for greenhouse emission or green. Oh, sorry, there was a technical glitch in between the video. So last point was the concept of greenhouse gas was given by Joseph Fourier. So there were in gases which are affecting the greenhouse effect, which are causing the greenhouse effect, can be divided into two parts. The ones which are directly responsible, okay, the ones which are directly responsible, and the ones which are indirectly responsible. Okay, so directly responsible will be the most common, most heard gases like carbon dioxide, methane, okay, methane, nitrous oxide, CFCs, SF6, and NF3. Okay, but indirectly will be other compounds, other oxides of nitrogen, other oxides of sulfur, or all the oxides of sulfur except the SF6. Okay, and carbon monoxide. This is very important because carbon dioxide is here and carbon monoxide is here. Okay, and non-methane volatile organic compounds. Okay, non-methane volatile organic compounds, because methane directly responsible में आ गया. Okay, CH4, methane is here. Next question was a contribution to greenhouse gas emission. The gases which contribute most to the greenhouse emission is water vapor. Okay, this is actually I marked important because most people will write CO2, but the answer will be hydrogen, a water vapor, which almost contributes almost to 60%. Then comes CO2, 25%. Then methane. Remember these three at least. Water vapor, 60%, carbon dioxide, then methane. Then after O3 and nitrous oxide, CFCs are also there. O3 because it is important because it is not it seems like it's a good gas or good for environment. It's not. I will be telling you it causes tropospheric ozone, which is destructive to plants, especially उनका photosynthesis कम हो जाता है. So O3 is also contributing to greenhouse gas emission, but in very less amount. And then a nitrous oxide and then CFCs. Okay, it is actually ozone depleting substance. Okay, but in a very less amount, it also contributes to greenhouse gas emissions. Okay, so I have given a homework. You must search it on Google, because that way you will be able to remember more. Largest contributors country wise, the top three. Okay, and the per capita wise, the largest contributors country. Okay, per capita wise and largest contributors country wise. So these are very important. You must find them. And if you are not able to find, then comment and I will be happy to tell you. Okay. अच्छा एक और क्वेश्चन था, a country which is carbon negative country. Okay, a country which is carbon negative का मतलब है जिसका कार्बन एमिशन कार्बन एब्जॉर्प्शन से कम होता है. मतलब यहाँ पर कार्बन एब्जॉर्प्शन क्यों ज्यादा होता है? बिकॉज इट इज हाईली, मतलब मोर देन आई थिंक 70% ऑफ एरिया ऑफ भूटान इज फॉरेस्ट. जंगल है यहाँ पर. सो कार्बन एमिशंस आर लेस देन कार्बन एब्जॉर्प्शन, सो भूटान. ओके, ऑल्सो दैट one point I was writing, nitrous oxides are released from waterlogged paddy fields. Also methane. and sulfur dioxide is majorly released from brick kilns. जो ईट बनाने की भट्टियां होती हैं वहां से ब्रिक किल्न से सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड निकलता है और नाइट्रस ऑक्साइड वाटर ऑक्साइड फिल्ड्स जो सैचुरेटेड होते हैं ना, सैचुरेटेड विथ वाटर। तभी वी आर फोकसिंग ऑन सिस्टम ऑफ राइस इंटेंसिफिकेशन, जिसमें हम और यू कैन से ड्रिपलर एंड स्प्रिंकलर सिस्टम, जिससे कि पानी यहाँ पर कम हो जाए एंड लेस nitrous oxides are released. Okay, it's a major pollutant. So next, moving on next. I hope यहाँ तक आप लोग को समझ में आ रहा है, and I hope this is making any sense. So moving on next. This was asked in I think 2021 or not, 2021 or 22. Greenhouse gas absorbs infrared radiation, but emits them in form of long wave radiation. Okay, so absorbs infrared radiation, that is actually short waves, and emits in long wave radiation, which is actually trapped or absorbed. The same thing that is absorbed here, it is emitted in the form of long wave. Okay, this gets trapped and it is emitted the long wave. Okay, so if this is sun, so it will, and this is atmosphere. Okay, so it will release short wave radiations. These will get trapped here in atmosphere. ये आप heat budget में पढ़ेंगे, heat budget, which is a part of climatology in geography section. So trapped in atmosphere, and some part goes to absorbed by Earth, some part is absorbed by Earth. Okay? Some part is absorbed by Earth. Okay? But while, and this actually happens during the day, this happens during the daytime. Okay, and during the night time, same thing. The short wave radiations, these are released back in the form of long wave radiation. This is also called terrestrial radiation. Okay, this is, if this is atmosphere, some part was also absorbed here, so this also contributes here. Okay, so remember this, it absorbs infrared or short wave radiation, but greenhouse gas or the atmosphere, because of course greenhouse gas is present in atmosphere, and these absorb infrared radiation, which is short wave, and emits in the form of long wave radiation. Okay. Moving on next, Earth hour. First point to be noted here is it is a WWF, not the one with the wrestling. So Earth hour is a worldwide funds movement. It is to turn off all the lights and all the electrical appliances from 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. Okay, 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. because it's hour. So for 1 hour, 1 घंटे के लिए आपको सारी चीजें बंद कर देनी है, especially lights, and towards the end of March. The date is fixed every year and it is different, but it is always in the end of March or the last week of March. And it started as lights off movement in Sydney, that is in Australia. So find out, homework, when was Earth Hour celebrated this year? Okay, find out. Moving on next. Remember this point. United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. United Nations, remember the full form, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change was negotiated in Rio 1992 summit, which I told you before, but it became effective with effect from 1994. Okay, So remember this point. It was negotiated in 1992, but it came into force 1994. So it took 2 years. Okay. Similarly, Kyoto Protocol was started. Negotiated. It was negotiated in 1997, but with effect from 2005. Okay. Moving on next. Remember the global warming potential of two gases. One, CO2, it's always taken as 1, and the second, methane, it's always taken as 72. That means methane is 72 times more potent or more powerful than CO2 in causing global warming. Okay. अभी तक, next point, till now there is no global atmospheric watch station which is of WMO, World Meteorological Organization, in India. Okay. So there is no. So if there is a question that in India where it is found, there is none. There is none. Okay. No global watch station, no global atmospheric watch station in India. This is a very small point. Now coming to the most important, among the most important point is National Biodiversity Authority. This was enacted under Biodiversity Act of 2002, and it started functioning from Chennai in 2003. Okay. Next point. Sea buckthorn is especially found in one of the region of India, which is Ladakh. Okay. Sea buckthorn is found in Ladakh. Next. Chambal and Chilika. Chambal River and Chilika Lake. Okay. There are two species of dolphins found in two different rivers. First is in Chambal we can found Gangetic dolphin, and in Chilika we found Irrawaddy dolphin. Irrawaddy is southeastern river. Okay. It is not present in India. Next point. Okay, when I have written the hotspot criteria, biodiversity hotspot, here I have written that. Okay, here. So it's a criteria. There is a criteria which must be fulfilled to declare any area as biodiversity hotspot. So there are two criteria. One, any area should have at least 1500 vascular plants. Second, it must have equal to less than 30% of its original vegetation. That means 70% से ज़्यादा उसका vegetation खत्म हो चुका है, and it has less than or equal to 30% vegetation left. So both these two criteria must be fulfilled. Not any one, but both these. Okay. Then any area must be declared. Then any area can be declared as biodiversity hotspot. Okay. So that was the point. Next. रिवाइज करते जाइए मेरे साथ. मैक्सिमम बटरफ्लाइज तितलियां आर फाउंड इन विच लैटिट्यूडनल रीजन. लैटिट्यूड हमारे तीन है. वन इज द फ्रिजिड जोन. if there is earth, okay, this earth, so the topmost or this part, it will be frigid. Same here, frigid. Then this will be temperate, and the middle will be tropical. Okay, in which includes equatorial. Okay, tropical. So three zones are there: frigid, temperate, and tropical. So maximum butterflies are found in tropical region. Okay, tropical region. Next point. Cartagena Protocol and Nagoya Protocol. They are part of Convention on Biological Diversity. And for the Cartagena Protocol, this was the first meeting was held at Kuala Lumpur in 2004. Okay, not a very important point about the first meeting, but it has been asked in previous question, so you must remember that. Okay. Next point related to geography also. There are two rivers, Brahmani and Vetan or Vetarni. These both merge at Bhitar Kanika area, which is famous for mangroves in Odisha. And this Brahmani is also known as South Koil River in Jharkhand. Okay, in Jharkhand, the Brahmani river is known as South Koil River. Okay, and the North Koil is different. Okay, it's not related to this, but North Koil River is tributary of Son River. Okay. Okay, answer this question. Is sites legally binding? Yes, it is, but it cannot replace national laws. कोई भी हमारे नेशन में कानून बनेगा related to biodiversity and related to endangered species, so it must be obliging to the CITES convention, but it should not but it cannot be replaced by CITES. Okay, so national laws can be there, but CITES law cannot be there in, like, separately it cannot be there. Okay, next point. Okay, this is very important. This was also asked in this year Vandaroga UP SSC mains examination, and this is always important. Species richness is measured in three forms. First is alpha diversity, second is beta diversity, and third is gamma diversity. So alpha, understand like this. Okay, I will be making this 1 and 2. Okay, so if there is lion, 3 lions are there, and here it is deer. Okay, and in middle of that there is lion and deer. Okay, excuse me. So understand this. The alpha diversity will be 3. Okay, alpha, let's call it ecosystem A, and let's call it ecosystem B. Okay, so this part here, alpha diversity of lion in ecosystem A will be 3. Okay, it is the local population or local population count. Okay, same here. Can you guess? It will be 2. Okay, and secondly, beta diversity will be the common part. Okay, will be the common part here. Okay, so the beta diversity will be 2. Okay, beta diversity is any diversity which is found common to the both ecosystem A and ecosystem B. So the common part is lion and deer. Sorry. So the beta diversity will be 2. Okay, and the third one, gamma diversity, it will be all over population. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7. So beta diversity is the common one. It is the local population, 3 lion and 2 deer. It is with respect to every ecosystem. I will explain it in detail in the environmental section. Okay, so just remember this and in brief. Moving on. lion-tailed macaque. Okay, it's a type of bandar or monkey. So the lion-tailed macaque is especially found. It's endangered. First of all, it's endangered. You must remember it's endangered, and it is found in Western Ghats. Most of the species are found in Western Ghats, and especially lion-tailed macaque is found in Western Ghats or Nilgiris. Nilgiris. It is in confluence of three states: Karnataka, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu. Okay. Now tell me the state bird of Jammu and Kashmir, which is Union Territory. Jammu and Kashmir. It is black naked crane. Okay, black naked crane. कमेंट करके बताइए द स्टेट बर्ड ऑफ एन एनिमल ऑफ यूपी. होमवर्क. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट. So when did cheetahs became extinct? They became extinct in 1952. Okay, 1952 के बाद there has been no cheetah found in India or in anywhere else in the world. And when we say cheetah, we are talking about Asiatic cheetah. Okay, जो अभी ट्रांसफर हुआ है फ्रॉम अफ्रीका, नामीबिया एंड साउथ अफ्रीका से 8 and 12 to Kuno National Park of MP, total 20. So these are African cheetahs. Okay? Remember that these are African cheetahs and Asiatic cheetah has been extinct. Okay. Moving on next. Montreaux record. ये क्या होता है? It's the wetlands. These are the wetlands, or we can say Ramsar certified wetlands, which are in danger. So there are 2 currently, but I will tell you 3 names: A, B, and C. First will be Chilika Lake. Second will be Keladev, which is in Rajasthan, and third will be Loktak Lake. Okay, Keladev National Park and Loktak Lake, Manipur. यहीं पर कीबुल लमजाओ नेशनल पार्क भी है. Okay, so only 2 are currently in the Montreaux record. Okay, only 2, and this has been removed from the Montreaux record. That means अब ये डेंजर में नहीं है, इसको रिकवर कर लिया गया है. Only 2 are remaining. These are Keladev and Loktak. Now Chilika Lake is no more in the Montreaux record. It was removed in 2002. And maximum wetlands कहाँ पर है? गुजरात. Then associated question can be maximum mangroves. Everybody knows it will be Sundarbans, or you can write West Bengal. Moving on next. Actually, I have dry throat, so please forgive me for that. Next, where we can find almost negligible production of biomass. Okay, where we can find almost negligible production of biomass. So it will be, the answer will be deep sea. Okay, deep sea. In deep sea there is negligible production of biomass. Biomass means the dry weight. These terms will be explained in the environmental section, so don't worry, keep following the channel, so you will be able to have more clarity on this. And it is measured in meters square per year, so it's almost 0 grams. This is grams or kgs per meter square per year. Okay, gram or kgs per meter square per year, and it is almost 0 grams in deep sea. Okay, and maximum tropical. Okay, maximum biomass production is in tropical regions. Okay, then we come to Kyoto Protocol. इससे दो तीन क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं. फर्स्ट इज carbon trading mechanism. This was also asked in the present UPSSC mains paper of Bandroga. So it is carbon trading started through Kyoto Protocol, and I hope you remember it was announced on 97, but effective from 2005. Okay, so there are two types of countries here: Annex 1 and non-Annex 1. Okay, so these are basically developed countries, and these are basically developing countries. Okay, and just note this down: certified emission reduction CER are type of carbon credits issued under clean development mechanism of Kyoto Protocol. Actually, there are two types of mechanism under the Kyoto Protocol. One is joint implementation. I will explain in detail later, but for now, joint implementation. And second is clean development mechanism, which I have written here. Clean development mechanism. Okay. So joint implementation, it is between two developed countries, and it is between one developing and one developed country. Okay. So when one developed country supports the developing country, it is called clean development mechanism. And when there is two developing countries supporting each other, it is called joint implementation. For example, USA and Finland. Okay. And here you can take India and Europe की कोई भी country ले लीजिए. Most of them are developed. Europe, India and Germany, for example. So, or Brazil and France. So France will support Brazil, Germany will support India. Okay, it's like that. Okay, I told you before, CBD, there were two protocols, Cartagena Protocol and Nagoya Protocol. Here it is. So Cartagena Protocol, I forgot to tell you, it is about LMOs, which means living modified organisms, और सादी भाषा में कहते हैं उनको genetically modified organism, GMOs, है ना. And Nagoya Protocol is about fair and equitable distribution arising out of using the genetic resources. Okay, so remember this by heart. It will always be useful, be it UPSC, UPPCS, MPPCS, any exam. Cartagena Protocol and Nagoya Protocol are under Convention on Biological Diversity, and these two protocols, Cartagena Protocol refers to living modified organisms, and Nagoya Protocol refers to fair and equitable distribution arising out of using the genetic resources. For example, haldi or turmeric, if it is grown in India and it's exported in USA, so the planters, the farmers who are growing turmeric, they must be given some sort of benefit, some sort of compensation, because turmeric is greatly demanded in USA and other developed countries, like in the form of capsules and supplements. So they are using it, and they must compensate our farmers or Indian farmers, okay, where it is being grown. So these are the fair and equitable distribution arising out of using the genetic resources, because farmers cannot patent, and they don't have much money to patent their crops. So the Ayurvedic crops and herbs, if they are exported or used by any other countries, rich countries, they must compensate India or other developing countries, which is under Nagoya Protocol. Okay, that's why these two protocols are very important. Okay, moving on. What do you mean by carbon fertilization? What do you mean by carbon fertilization? It means increase in CO2 concentration, and which results in increased plant growth. Okay, CO2 concentration, because during photosynthesis, more CO2 is there, more will be the plant growth. Okay, this is called carbon fertilization. Okay, अच्छा, एक interesting question. what would be the temperature of Earth without greenhouse gases? So there is actually importance of greenhouse gases, and they are important, but in a limited amount. Okay, so without it, it will be the temperature will be minus 18 degrees centigrade, minus 18, minus 18 degrees centigrade. So it will be like ice age. Okay, or abhi currently the temperature is average temperature currently is around 15 degrees Celsius, and it has increased by 1.1 more than one, okay, more than 1 degree Celsius from 1850s. This is according to the AR6 report of IPCC. Okay. Have you been dealing this in mains classes? Next. And you must remember that a lot of CO2 does not remain in troposphere. Troposphere, we will deal in geography. So troposphere is the lowest part of the atmosphere, and the CO2 it does not remain in troposphere because photosynthesis की वजह से most of the CO2 is absorbed, and so it is not found much in troposphere. That's why it's fourth rank in concentration. I told you before. First was nitrogen, oxygen, argon, and then it was carbon dioxide. That's why, because of photosynthesis. So this was a point which needed clarification. A person name is given. Astronomical theory of climate change was propounded by whom? Was given by whom? It was Milutin Milankovitch. It's a Russian name. So Milutin Milankovitch. So you can astronomical theory. It is all about that. It says that Earth's movement is responsible for climate change. So it does not. He does not give credit to, or he does not blame the humans, but actually Earth's movement that is responsible for causing the climate change. And because historically, without even presence of humans, many climate changes have occurred, like ice age, then warm age, then ice age, then warm age. So it is also called interglacial period. So moving forward, the next point will be the about methane. Methane is short-lived gas. Okay, short-lived gas. Also short-lived is, along with methane, it's soot or black carbon. काजल you can call it. काजल जैसे बनता है ना हम लोग के घर में पूजा घर में बनता है, तो that is also called soot, and black carbon, that is also short-lived. Methane is short-lived. They don't have much life, and it transforms into CO2. It transforms to CO2 after a decade or so, after a decade or two. Next point, methane hydrates are found in Arctic region और Arctic tundra, ठंडी जगह में मिलता है ये, और वो भी under the sea floor. Okay. These are like crystals. So if people are able to fetch these from the sea floor, then they will be able to produce much energy, because methane is stored in crystal form, but it will also cause greenhouse effect. Okay, so it has to be used very viably. Okay. Next will be agricultural practices which help in CO2 sequestration. Sequestration means which helps in retaining in the soil, absorbing in the soil, जो store करने में मदद करता है मिट्टी के नीचे. So carbon dioxide sequestration. So the agriculture practices will be contour bunding. इससे soil erosion भी कम होता है. And then relay cropping. मतलब जैसे there is one field and wheat is being grown here. Okay, wheat is being grown here. So just after the wheat has been harvested, we don't wait for the interregnum period. We don't wait anymore. Immediately we plant pulses or beans, leguminous plants, so that the soil nutrition is restored. Okay, रिले क्रॉपिंग है ना, रिले रेसिंग होती है ना, जिसमें you transfer the pattern from one person to another, है ना? That's why similarly the plants like wheat will transfer to pulses. Okay, wheat will transfer to pulses. So and third will be zero tillage. Okay, these are very important practices. These practices will also be required to be written in the mains examination. Zero tillage, okay, minimum disturbance to the soil. If you disturb the soil, then the microorganisms they may die or they may run away from that soil. And microorganisms are very useful for the growth of plants, as well as microorganisms are useful for the human body, as we know that there is a microbiome within our body, and it helps in the digestion process and in protecting the skin of our body. So microorganisms are very important. So not to cause the disturbance to these microorganisms, zero tillage should be practiced, you know? And it will also increase soil water retention, nutrition will increase of the topsoil. Okay. अच्छा, मैंने एक बार बताया था आपको ग्लोबल एनवायरनमेंट फैसिलिटी. नाउ कम टू द ग्लोबल climate, sorry, green climate fund, GCF. Okay, so it was very important, formed during 2010 UNFCCC convention at Cancun. Okay, that is in Mexico. So Cancun was the area where it was announced in 2010. आप कमेंट करके बताइए which was the COP, which was the conference of party number. Okay, here. इसका हेडक्वार्टर very important Incheon in South Korea. Okay, these 2 points are very important. First time कार्बन टैक्स किस कंट्री में लगा था? Which was the country where the first time carbon tax was imposed? So it was New Zealand. New Zealand. Okay, New Zealand. That was in 2005. Okay. So one more question. Moving forward, ozonosphere. ये क्या है भाई? Ozonosphere is a part of stratosphere, as I told you. It's a part of stratosphere. Lowest most is troposphere, then comes stratosphere, then comes mesosphere, then comes thermosphere, then comes exosphere. Okay. So in this part, which is around 10 to 50 kilometers, this is stratosphere. The ozonosphere is found in the lower part of the stratosphere, that is around 15 to 30 kilometers. But most important point is it is found in which part of the atmosphere? It is the stratosphere. Stratosphere. Okay. Now the most confusing point. There can be confusion into which type of. There are three types of ultraviolet rays: UV A, UV B, and UV C. Okay. These two, the first two, they cause skin cancer. That means it penetrates the Earth's ozonosphere. If not absorbed by the ozone, it penetrates through the ozone and it will cause skin cancer. But this UVC, it does not reach Earth. Okay, and it is the most dangerous. It will cause sunburns. Okay, but it does not reach Earth. Only these two reach Earth. Okay, and can cause skin cancer if not absorbed by the ozone. Okay. Moving on. Ozone depleting substances can be exemplified. Like first will be chlorofluorocarbon, 12, halon or halon 121, and nitrous oxide, 4. So there may be options where you may be asked to find odd one out. So fourth will be trichloroethylene, and fifth will be all the greenhouse gases. Same like this one, nitrous oxide ho gaya, and CFC, CO2, CH4. These are also ozone depleting substances, but they have less potency. And also remember, I told you the indirectly responsible gas was CO, carbon monoxide, but it is not. CO is not ODS, that is not ozone depleting substance, but yes, it is global warming or greenhouse gas. So CFC, also sometimes the usage is also asked. So CFC is used as a refrigerant. Halon is used in firefighting to extinguish the fires, and nitrous oxide, I told you, the waterlogged paddy fields. So these were the things I told you. And also remember, there was one option in the previous year question, or you can write this: methyl chloroform. It is not the ozone depleting substance. It is not the global warming potential substance. It is not the greenhouse gas. But the usage can be asked in science question. So it is used as a solvent. It is used as a solvent. Okay. Another question: which gas regulates the ozone level naturally? So the answer will be nitrogen dioxide. Nitrogen dioxide, not the nitrous oxide, which is N2O. It is nitrogen dioxide. Okay. Or इन्हीं के बगल में, if you want to write the ODS. Okay, you have written ODS. CFCs. CFCs are also used in aerosol sprays. Aerosol sprays. Blowing. I should use a smaller pen. So blowing agents for foams, झाग बनाने के लिए, and refrigerants, I told you, solvent, that is cleaning, and also in packing materials. Okay, so it is about CFC, but specifically CFC12 is used in refrigerant. The one question which is very popular: why there has been ozone hole in Antarctic region? Okay, why? So basically because of two reasons. One, presence of polar front and stratospheric clouds. These are found in Arctic region also, in North Pole also, but not in that intensity which is required to form an ozone hole. Okay. And the second will be inflow. Because of this, it is related to the first point. Because of this, there is high inflow of CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons. Okay. This I will explain better. I will explain in more detail in our upcoming classes. Okay. So basically, if you want to understand in brief, the nitric acid is present in clouds. It reacts with reacts with the CFCs, releases chlorine. Chlorine molecule is released, and this chlorine is responsible. This binds with ozone and converts into O2. Okay? So it is basically responsible for photochemical destruction of ozone layer. Okay. So O2 oxygen बनता जाता है, and O3 starts vanishing. That's why there is ozone hole. Okay. And who discovered the Antarctic ozone hole? It was Britishers. Who discovered the Antarctica ozone hole in 1985. इसी के बेसिस पे 1987 में मॉन्ट्रियल प्रोटोकॉल हुआ था, बिकॉज इतना बड़ा होल हो गया था. सो टू स्टॉप दैट, मॉन्ट्रियल प्रोटोकॉल वाज एनेक्टेड. मूविंग फर्दर, what is rocket fuel? This can also be asked in science question. Rocket fuel made up of? Okay, rocket fuel is made up of highly refined kerosene oil. It's simply kerosene oil, kacha tel. It's not the kerosene oil which is highly refined. It's the main component of the rocket fuel. Okay. Moving further, evergreen forests in India are found in basically three regions. Okay, three regions. Okay, so the three regions will be: first will be Western Ghats, of course. Then there will be Andaman Nicobar Islands, and then it's northeast India. यहाँ पर बहुत घने evergreen forest होते हैं, and evergreen because they are always green. And you must remember one thing, that it does not mean that they have the leaves all the time, but they actually when one or few leaves fall, another take place simultaneously. So this is actually interesting thing. So actually there is the fall of leaves. People think that there is no fall of leaves. There are no fall. The leaves do not fall at all, but they fall. But they are replaced immediately by new leaves. Okay, they are immediately replaced by new leaves. So they look evergreen. Okay, so they look evergreen. Okay, and equatorial forests have 80% of the biodiversity. All the biodiversity can be found. 80% of the biodiversity can be found in equatorial forest. There is continuous canopies, epiphytes. Now we will deal with in the environment section. And tropical evergreen, if we talk about tropical evergreen, tropical evergreen. So these are evergreen forests which are found in tropical regions. So the conditions required for that are more than 200 centimeter of rainfall. Okay, so we are basically having tropical evergreen. So if the question may be asked, what are the conditions required? These are also given in basic NCERT and various other books, NCERT, Lucent, everywhere it's given. So you can write that more than 200 centimeter of rainfall is required, and 15 degree to 30 degree centigrade of temperature. Additional information can be 7% they occupy 7% land, and more than half of world plants and animals live in tropical evergreen forest. Okay, and under which the 33% target was set. The 33% target of forest cover in India was set according to this may be confusing. There may be many similar sounding policies like National Forest Policy, Indian Forest Act, Biodiversity Act, and etc. But remember, it's only one, only one National Forest Policy, 1988. Okay, and if we talk about the National Forest Policy of the first National Forest Policy of 1952, it classifies the forest into four parts. In four parts, four types. So the first will be protected forest, national forest, village forest, and tree areas or tree lands. Okay, so National Forest Policy of 1952 divides the forests of India into four parts: protected forest, national forest, or you can say reserve forest. Okay, national reserve forest, village forest, and tree lands. The areas where only tree and found, no plants are found. Okay, then actually the next I have the data of ISFR 2021, the Indian State of Forest report, but it is not. It is going to be outdated. We will be doing the 2023 one, okay, which will actually, it is released every 2 years. So we will be doing the ISFR 2023 later. Then we will take the types of natural resources. These are also of four types. Forest भी four types के, natural resources भी four types के. So the four types will be potential, actual, reserve, and stock. Okay, so potential resources are which exist but can be used in future. They are present but can be used in future. Actual resources are potential can be like solar energy. Okay, actual can be which exist and currently are being used. So solar energy previously was potential energy, and now it has become the actual resource. Then reserve, it is the part of actual, but it is the part of it, and it has been reserved for like various government purposes. For example, hydroelectricity. And the stock is stock resources can be like hydrogen and oxygen, जो हमेशा प्रेजेंट होते हैं. Okay, हमेशा ही स्टैटिक रहते हैं, कहीं ना कहीं मिल ही जाएंगे. Moving further, Project Elephant, Project Tiger, Project Elephant, and the new one, Project Lion. This is important. This is at the rate 47. It started near 2020 year, and it is to be completed. The population of Asiatic lion has to be increased by 1947. Okay. Then Project Tiger was started in 73, so not 1972, but 73. Okay. And the Project Elephant started in 1992. Okay. And of course, the important question is, where is Forest Research Institute? It's in Dehradun. Then इंडिया की ही नहीं बल्कि एंड वर्ल्ड्स लार्जेस्ट फिश whale shark. Okay. And the animal biodiversity has also been asked in India is around 7 to 8% of the world. Okay, and let's talk about Chipko movement. A little bit about Chipko movement. Chipko movement, most of you must be knowing about it, because without it, no environment can be studied. Chipko movement, a beautiful movement which happened during 1973 to 74. It is not the earlier one. Earlier one happened in 18th century, but this one was 1973 to 1974, and the leader was Sundarlal Bahuguna. But who propounded, or who started, or who was protagonist? Chandi Prasad. Sundarlal Bahuguna was the leader, and Chandi Prasad was the protagonist, the hero. And it's like leader is like you can say the director, and protagonist is like the producer of a film. And additional information you can write. But there is a person, a Bhatt. He established Dasoli Gram Swaraj Mandal in 1964, which later became base for, or foundation for, the Chipko movement. Okay, and so and this Chipko movement in Chamoli area of Uttarakhand was led by Kaura Devi. Okay, then where is National Bureau of Plant Genetic Resources? It is in New Delhi. Okay, important. Then where is National Research Center? Research Center for Agroforestry, Krishi Vaniki, or leave it, agroforestry. So it's in Jhansi. This is also very important because it's in UP, Jhansi. Okay, धीरे धीरे करते चलिए. Just listen to me, keep noting down or keep taking the screenshots. I will be sharing these slides in the Telegram channel, which you can find in the description. So as we read earlier, that tropical evergreen was found in areas where there was more than 200 centimeter of rainfall. So similarly, tropical moist deciduous forest. मैं वही लिख देता हूँ here. So the tropical moist deciduous forests, these require less than 200 centimeter of rainfall, but more than 100 centimeter. So 100 centimeter to 200 centimeter rainfall, and temperature is around, you can say, 20 to 27 degrees Celsius. And they are basically found in northeast ये एवरग्रीन फॉरेस्ट से चिपके रहते हैं। ओके, जहाँ पर थोड़ी सी रेनफॉल कम होगी वहीं पर ट्रॉपिकल मॉइस्ट डेसिडुअस आ जाएंगे, एंड दीज आर द मोस्ट abundant type of forest found in India. Please remember that it is the most abundant. Okay, these are the most abundant. Next, then and if we talk about the some plants or some trees, there will be teak, bamboo, sal, mulberry, sandalwood, that is chandan, sandalwood, khair, etc. And you can also include, I mean, khair. Sorry, khair has been included. Kusum, shisham, okay. And to differentiate it with the tropical dry deciduous, tropical dry deciduous, tropical dry deciduous. Write down. It is found in rainier or wet parts of peninsula or peninsular plateau, and these are actually found in UP and Bihar. So which type of forest are found in UP and Bihar? It will be tropical dry deciduous. And if they ask the plants, the forest, so you can write that these two, teak and teak and sal will be common to the tropical deciduous, plus okay, people, very important, people and neem. Okay, people and neem, teak, sal, people and neem are part of tropical dry deciduous, and other than that, all are part of tropical moist deciduous. Okay, and if you want the rain percentage or the amount of rainfall which is happening here, so the rain will be 70 centimeter to 100 centimeter. Okay, so I've written in one area. Next, point, lungs of the earth किसे कहते हैं? lungs of the earth, कंफ्यूज मत होइएगा, सिली मिस्टेक इसमें काफी होने के चांसेस हैं. सो द लंग्स ऑफ द अर्थ आर द अमेजॉन रेन फॉरेस्ट. Okay, Amazon rainforest. Then one more additional information can be the more maximum tropical deciduous forests. इनको broad leaved भी कहते हैं. So maximum tropical deciduous forests are found in which continent? So it will be Asia. Okay. Then these are actually I have written my notes, so I'm writing it down for you. These selected ones, the red sanders, जिसके ऊपर पुष्पा मूवी बनी है, रेड सैंडर्स. इट्स एंडेमिक मतलब ये कहीं और नहीं पाया था. एंडेमिक, इट्स ओनली फाउंड लोकली टू ईस्टर्न घाट्स, not the western Ghats, eastern Ghats, and especially Andhra Pradesh. Okay, Andhra Pradesh. There is one small information which I have written. There is an area of Tamil Nadu, Valparai, which is near Coimbatore. It is the area famous for plantation. Famous for plantations. Achha, I told you that Bhutan has most of the area covered with forest. So let's talk about the highest forest percentage. Percentage means as a percentage of the area of the total territory. So first will be Suriname, which is around 98%. 98% of Suriname area is covered with the forest. And second will be Japan. Oh, sorry, this will be Bhutan. Okay. Then it will come Bhutan. Again, there was a glitch. So Bhutan will be the second and Japan will be the third. Okay, Japan is having 70%. Suriname, Bhutan, and Japan. Okay, just remember the first two especially. And if we this is by percentage wise. Okay, but if we talk about by area, then the highest area under forest will be of Russia. Okay, Russia, then there will Brazil, and then Canada. अमेजन है यहाँ पर साइबेरियन फॉरेस्ट है बहुत ज़्यादा. So basically Russia, you must remember Russia, है ना? Russia, Brazil, Canada. Then which of the this can also be the science question. So you can see many questions are overlapping. So which metal is known as green metal? So it will be aluminum. Okay, aluminum, because it is eco-friendly, it is renewable, it is lightweight, and that's why it is known as green metal. Okay, and I already told you that Bhitarkanika mangroves were found at in the confluence of Brahmani and Baitarani rivers. And next point can be this wildlife sanctuary was asked, Pakwi or Pakwi wildlife sanctuary. वैसे तो 500 से ऊपर है. You don't have to remember all of that. Nobody can. So this was found in Arunachal. Remember only those wildlife sanctuaries national parks which are in use currently within 1 year. Okay, especially within 6 months. So this is in just a second. This is in Arunachal. Okay. So and subtropical. Before that, traffic is an institution. This has been formed by two organizations, which is World Wide Fund plus IUCN. Very important point. Sorry. So this is very important. Traffic has been formed by two important organizations, World Wide Fund and IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature. Okay. And if they ask where are subtropical forests found, subtropical, basically temperate forest found in India. So they will either be found in very higher region, higher altitude region, or in cold regions. Okay, so higher altitude region can be 2 points you can note here. First, northwest, then Khasi, Nagaland. Khasi is in Meghalaya, Nagaland, Manipur. So basically northeast, northwest maybe, northeast maybe. Okay, and examples can be oak, pine, and rhododendron. Okay, then Animal Welfare Board was formed under which act? Under the prevention. It will be easy to identify among the option. Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act 1960. अच्छा, एक बार नमामि गंगे प्रोग्राम देख लीजिए. सो इसमें कंफ्यूजन हो सकता है. सो दी नमामि गंगे program started in 2014. Okay, and it is implemented by National Mission for Clean Ganga, NMCG. Because of this there is confusion. It is not a mission, actually it's a council. Okay, so what happened was that just additional information so that there is no more confusion. There was earlier National Ganga River Basin Authority, which was replaced by whom? National Ganga Council. So this National Ganga Council has formed one body, NMCG, which is National Mission for Clean Ganga, and this body is performing the program of Namami Gange program. Okay, so National Ganga Council was replaced in 2016, and the chairman of the National Ganga Council, chairman by Prime Minister, of course. It's a very important body, so Prime Minister will chair it. Remember, it's not the CM, it's PM. It's not the Chief Minister, it's the Prime Minister. Okay. International Tiger Day. I hope you know International Tiger Day. Tiger Day, 29th July. Just see the theme of it. I am not able to remember. I have the old theme, but present theme you should search, or I will tell you in comments or in my Telegram channel. Also, the national, this is also chaired by PM, and the National Board for Wildlife is also chaired by PM. Okay, Same PM here also. Uh, then next can be National Botanical Garden. National Botanical Garden. Botanical gardens are actually ex situ type of or form of conservation measure. Along with that, ex situ can be you can say ex situ means outside their natural area. Okay, outside the natural area of plants and animals. When they are taken into artificial laboratories, artificial areas, then it is called ex situ. And ex situ can include first this botanical garden, and second will be the gene banks. Okay. Other than these, all are in situ. For example, in situ, national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, ecologically sensitive zones, zoological, no, not the zoological parks. So these can also include zoo. Zoo will come in ex situ or zoological parks. The National Botanical Garden can be found in, of course, where? New Delhi. And Rajiv Gandhi National Park. This has been asked. Rajiv Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi National Park. It is found in. It is found in Karnataka. इसी को Nagarhole. Its area lies overlaps with Nagarhole National Park. Okay. Excuse me. So and 1 point you can write Betla National Park. It's found in Bihar. And the Rani Jhansi Maritime National Park, which was built in 1986. Very important because it is found in Andaman and Nicobar Island. Okay. And the largest tiger reserve will be Nagarjun Sagar Sri Salem. Sorry, Sri Salem Tiger Reserve, which is found in Andhra Pradesh. Very important question. Okay, you must remember that largest tiger reserve is here, but the largest maximum number of tigers are found in Madhya Pradesh, and highest density of tigers is in Jim Corbett. Moving on. Jim Corbett is of course famous for tiger. Then Periyar, this is found in Kerala, and Kaziranga, which is found in Assam. So these three are famous for, or these three are natural habitat of three different animals. So that can be match the following. Okay. So first will be Jim Corbett. Of course, I told you the highest density tiger. Periyar is elephants, and Kaziranga is rhino. Okay. Also, it is a tiger reserve, but it is having tigers, but maximum it is the habitat for rhino. Okay. Then another can be Kanger Ghati National Park, which is found in Chhattisgarh. Okay. And largest biosphere reserves. Oh, sound was not coming. So biosphere reserve. Remember this. There are 18 biosphere reserves, out of which 12 are under Man and Biosphere Reserve Program of UNESCO. Man and Biosphere Reserve Program of UNESCO. That means it is identified by 18 biosphere reserves have been identified by India, and out of that 12 biosphere reserves have been identified by UNESCO or recognized by UNESCO. Among that, is the largest one is Gulf of Mannar. Okay. Gulf of Mannar. This is actually near the Tamil Nadu. It is between the Tamil Nadu and the Sri Lanka. And actually, this is the largest among the. There may be confusion. Let me clear it. Largest is actually the Gulf of Kutch, but it is not present in the Man and Biosphere Reserve program. So the largest recognized by Man and Biosphere Reserve will be Gulf of Mannar. Okay, so there can be confusion. So kindly see that. Okay, largest biosphere reserve recognized by UNESCO is Gulf of Mannar, but overall largest will be Gulf of Kutch. Okay. Moving on. Remember that there can be, I mean, who can alter the boundaries of national park? It has to be done by state law. And if we compare between the national park and national park versus wildlife sanctuary, so here no human activity is allowed, and here limited human activity allowed. Okay. And also the largest wildlife sanctuary is Gulf of Kutch. Okay. This is also the largest wildlife sanctuary, which is actually famous for wild as jungli gadhe. Okay. And important point, Asiatic lions are naturally found in India only. Not the only, I think in Iran is also, they are also found, but in India they are endemic, they are naturally found, especially in Gir National Park, which is in Gujarat. Okay, in Gujarat. Then next important point will be Rohla National Park. It's in Himachal Pradesh. Then there is 4 bird sanctuaries, very important. Nawabganj. This is especially UPGK. This is very important. Nawabganj, Okhla, Samaspur, Parvati, Anga. Okay, so these are biosphere reserves. Bird sanctuaries. Bird sanctuary. So match the following can be asked in the form. So it's in Unnao, Okhla. It's in industrial area in Ghaziabad. Samaspur, Raebareli, and Parvati Anga. It's in Kunda. Siberian crane is found in Keoladev National Park, Rajasthan. Okay, Rajasthan. Then Pin Valley. So these are very important national park and wildlife sanctuary, which you must remember. You know, no need to remember all of them. Just jot down the national parks which I am telling. Pin Valley National Park, Himachal Pradesh, and remember that Simlipal Biosphere Reserve is in Odisha. It's an elephant reserve. Total 33 reserves have been there. Okay, and the latest one, 33rd, is in Ranipur. Sorry, Terai in UP. Okay, so this is also important. And Simlipal is elephant reserve, but the Sundarban area of West Bengal, Sundarban area, it's both biosphere reserve as well as tiger reserve, but it's not an elephant reserve. It's a tiger reserve and biosphere reserve. Okay. They can ask which of the following are the tiger reserves. So tiger reserves can also include the tiger reserves are Sariska and Ranthambore National Park. Both are in Rajasthan. and both are tiger reserves. Okay, then they can ask where is Salim Ali, not the person, but Salim Ali National Park, Chandra Prabha Wildlife Sanctuary, Betla, sorry, Palamau National Park, Indravati National Park, Molem National Park, Dampha Tiger Reserve, Pench Tiger Reserve, Baksa Tiger Reserve, Nameri Tiger Reserve. So Salim Ali National Park is in Jammu and Kashmir. Then Chandoli, which is in UP. It's near Varanasi, so in UP. Palamau, Jharkhand. Indravati, of course, Chhattisgarh. Molem, Goa. Dampha, Mizoram. Very important, Dampha. Pench, its 90% area lies in MP and the 10% lies in Maharashtra. Okay, so basically MP. And Baksa Tiger Reserve, West Bengal. Nameri, Assam. Then there is one area, National Chambal Wildlife Sanctuary. Okay, it is actually covering the area of 3 states. Very important. The states who will be Rajasthan, then MP, then UP. Okay, very important. And in Kanha National Park, which is in Assam, sorry, Kanha National Park, which is in MP, Kanha National Park, MP, Madhya Pradesh. So there actually 2 things are found: the tigers, and Barasingha, the Indian swamp deer. Okay, and in Dachigam, which is national park as well as wildlife sanctuary. So Dachigam, which is in Jammu Kashmir, their special animal which is found is hangul. Very important, or you can say Kashmiri stag. Okay. Moving on. Satya Mangalam Tiger Reserve. It's actually in Tamil Nadu, and it's a meeting point of Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. Okay, Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. So this is also near Nilgiris. Okay. Then Nallamalla, Sheshachalam. These are, Nallamalla is forest and range also, mountain range, and Sheshachalam Biosphere Reserve. Both are found in Andhra. Very important, very important and very confusing. Great Himalayan National Park. It's not in Jammu Kashmir, it's not in Punjab, it's not in Ladakh, it's in Kullu. It's in Kullu, that means Himachal Pradesh. And one Vihar National Park, MP. Okay. Remember one point: Mahabodhi Temple and Nalinda Mahavihar. Not very important for UPPCS, but important for Bihar PCS. Mahabodhi Temple and Nalinda Mahavihara. These are UNESCO World Heritage Sites of Bihar. Okay. Moving forward, Biosphere Reserve term. The term Biosphere Reserve, the term biodiversity, the term ecosystem, the term ecology, These all have been coined by different people in different times. So biosphere reserve has been termed by Edward Swiss. I think I've told you already. Biodiversity, Raymond F. Tasman. Ecosystem, A.G. Tansley. And ecology by Ritter and Ernst Haeckel. State butterflies देख लीजिए थोड़े से. State butterflies. First state butterfly first to declare was Maharashtra, and it is the state butterfly is blue mormon. Okay. It is second largest butterfly in India, and the second one was Karnataka. The answer Karnataka, it's second, and here it is called southern. The species is called southern birdwing, which is the largest. Okay. So first state state to declare state butterfly was Maharashtra, which is blue mormon, and it is actually the second largest after the southern birdwing, which is the largest butterfly of India, and it is the state butterfly of Karnataka. Okay. So there was one question. Garden of Five Seasons कहाँ पर है? Garden of Five Seasons. It's near Mehroli. That is New Delhi. Next point. Note down. Which type of crocodile found in Bhitarkanika? Type of crocodile found in Bhitarkanika. As I told you, it is the merge. It is found at the confluence of Brahmani and Baitarani rivers. Okay. So the type of crocodile is salt water crocodile. Okay. Next question. Next important point will be the Great Indian Hornbill. So these are found in areas of Western Ghats, Nepal, Bhutan. So this can be asked, and you must remember there is Hornbill Festival, which is celebrated at Nagaland. Okay. And Ghadial, it is a type of crocodile, and it is critically endangered, found in Chambal region. Okay. So Chambal region, I told you, it's made up of 3 areas. Its area lies in 3 areas: Rajasthan, UP, and MP. Okay. Next. So there can be 3 types of passes. Actually, 3 passes are there in India. Many passes are there, but 3 on the western side. So that can be first Thalghat, second Bhorghat, and third Palghat. Okay. So basically, the Palghat or Palakkad area is where it is between the Nilgiris and Annamalai, the Kerala region. This is in the Nilgiri area, and here Silent Valley is located. Okay. अच्छा वैली से आ रहा है तो पेंच वैली is found in Pench National Park is found in Madhya Pradesh, but Pench Valley is found in Nagpur, Maharashtra. Also, sorry, this has been done already. Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary is also found in Kerala. Then, moving forward, Pakke Tiger Reserve and Melghat Tiger Reserve are found in. One more, Baksa, which I have already told you before, Tiger Reserve. Tell me here, it's West Bengal, it's Maharashtra, and it's in Arunachal Pradesh. So Pakke Tiger Reserve is in Arunachal Pradesh, Melghat Tiger Reserve in Maharashtra, and Baksa Tiger Reserve, very important, is in West Bengal. Okay, so it has been asked twice or thrice. And musk deer, musk deer, musk deer is found in Ascot, ASKOT, Ascot Wildlife Sanctuary, and Gangotri National Park, both are in Uttarakhand. Okay, musk deer is found in Ascot Wildlife Sanctuary and Gangotri National Park, Uttarakhand. Both are in Uttarakhand. Okay. Next, Jim Corbett is the Tiger Reserve or the national park is the oldest one. 1936 में डिक्लेयर किया गया था, and it is situated between the Ramganga and Kosi River. Okay. Then Gumti Wildlife Sanctuary is in Tripura. Tripura, very important. Gumti Wildlife Sanctuary is in Tripura, and if they ask in geography where is Saramati Peak, it's in Nagaland. Okay. This is just an additional information for geography. Then also remember the Kaziranga National Park is having especially many three major rivers passing through it. So the three rivers will be three rivers flowing through it. Number one, of course, one is Brahmaputra. Second, Diflu. Third, Mora, Dhansiri. Okay, Brahmaputra, Diflu, and Mora, Dhansiri. Okay. Then next, Harike wetland, very important. Harike wetland is situated at the confluence of Bias and Satluj. From this Harike wetland, which is in Punjab, it is situated at the confluence of Bias and Satluj. Okay. And similarly, the Keoladev National Park is situated at the confluence of Gambhir and Panganga River. Okay, Keoladev in Rajasthan, Harike in Punjab. It's a wetland. It's not a national park or wildlife sanctuary. It's a wetland. In Hindi, we call it Adhbhumi. So, Keoladev National Park, it's at the confluence of Gambhir and Panganga River, both flowing to the Rajasthan. Then, similarly, which lake is lake between Krishna and Godavari? कृष्णा एंड गोदावरी के बीच में कौन सी झील पाई जाती है? सो द लेक विल बी, आई विल गिव यू ऑप्शंस, चिलिका लेक और कोलेरू लेक और सांबर लेक. सो आंसर विल बी कोलेरू लेक, आंध्र प्रदेश. Okay. And if they ask which is the first marine wildlife sanctuary or biosphere reserve, then you must answer it's Kutch, which I told you it's the largest biosphere reserve of India. And where are नीलगिरी से तो आंसर पता चल जाएगा, बट इफ दे गिव क्लाउडेड goats or Nilgiri Tahar, so they are found in Eraviculam National Park, which is in Kerala. Okay. So few more national parks and wildlife sanctuaries which are important. Chinar Wildlife Sanctuary, Bondla Wildlife Sanctuary. Take this screenshot. Kangen Ghati, I told you, it's in Chhattisgarh. Ushakoti Wildlife Sanctuary. Slanpur Bird Sanctuary and Karikili Bird Sanctuary. So you match the following में आ सकता है. Okay. So Chinar is in Kerala, Bondla is in Goa, Ushakoti is in Odisha, Slanpur is in Haryana, and Karikili is in Tamil Nadu. Okay. And if they ask which is the largest botanical garden, largest botanical garden, it will be Kew, a place in England. It is also the World Heritage Site. Okay. So that's it. I will be taking the further in the next part. Thank you and best of luck.